So today we're going to be having a controversial discussion about the newest Hermes runway show for the men's fall-winter 2025. A little bit of me loved the show. Actually, a lot of me loved the show. But a little bit of me also thought, been there, done that. We've kind of seen this before. So I want to get your take. Let me know down in the comments below before I start ranting. What were your thoughts for the Hermes Men's 2025 autumn-winter runway show? So with this collection, the artistic director for the men's collection has actually been with the company since 1988. That is 36 years. I'm also 36 years old. So I was actually watching the show with my husband, and he said that this show actually Burberried better than Burberry has been Burberrying lately. Say that 10 times fast. And in a way, he's not wrong. When it comes to Hermes, especially for the men's collections, we've come to expect beautiful materials, and this collection was not did not disappoint. We saw a lot of cashmere, leather, of course, shearling, these beautiful knitwears, which we're going to dive into here in a moment. They were geometric and absolutely stunning. What you notice is that it's going to be a lot of muted neutrals. We're going to see lots of tans and beiges and taupe, icy blues and grays and black, but they're going to be punctuated with these bright pops of color. Think like cherry red, celadon green, and it was kind of an interesting runway, if you will. But when it comes to the geometrics, we've kind of come to expect that from Hermes, right? Like we know that Hermes, we've got the equestrian overtones, but there's going to be a lot of geometric mixed in, which I thought, you know, given that that is kind of a staple, especially for the menswear collections, that it was done right. It was well executed and tastefully done. I thought that it really kind of all came together, at least for the color story, when the artistic director said deep and strong dark colors mixed together to give an energy, because I think at this very deep, very difficult time, we need to bring some energy again and some sweetness and happiness in our clothes. So if you think about it, the world as a whole, we're going through some things right now, right? Through these dark times, we need to find like the hope and the inspiration hidden amongst the darkness. And I thought that was kind of an interesting take with, you know, kind of wrapping in current events into fashion, which, you know, typically goes hand in hand if you want to be serious about it. Now let's kick it off though and talk about the bags. The bags, that's what we're all here for, right? Like this is a lifestyle and luxury channel, but at its core, we're all a bunch of bag freaks. So let's dive in. We're going to kick it off first with what came down the runway first, a big hack. An HAC, if you will. Before we dive into talking about the hack, do you guys actually carry your hack daily? Not looking at you, hack 32. That's just a cute, tall Birkin. Let's be so serious. We're talking about like the big HACs that dominate the men's runways. Are these like good everyday totes? I personally think that it would rip my arm out if I'm just being so serious. Do you reserve these for travel or are these your daily carries? Let me know in the comments. I'm really curious to find out who's carrying these on the daily and why, and what all do you have in there? Like how much does that have to weigh? But this very first hack was absolutely unique. We'll say unique. We're going to start there. We're going to start with the term unique. It was kind of like the Shadow Birkin, where it's the same like overall Birkin-esque shape, or hack-esque shape, I should say. And in place of those singles and end flaps and hardwares, what they did instead was kind of like a connect the dots line. I love the execution. I really do. I think to take it one step further, it would have been interesting for the little dots with the numbers to make those little palladium rivets. I'm just saying. I think on the runway, we saw this in two colorways. We first saw it in the very first look in a black and palladium, and then later on, we saw it with my absolute hands down favorite look, which you've probably already guessed which one that is. It is this gorgeous all suede look. It's kind of like denim on denim, but suede on suede. It had like a really neat, almost Western utilitarian execution to it. That looked oh so comfortable. And I'm also loving these chunky shoes. So that might be on my luxury wish list for 2025. Can I go back in and edit that at this point now that we're a month in? I love when they take house staples and they kind of update them for a season. As collectors, people are going to be scrambling for this one. Mark my words, that's going to be the hottest bag probably from this collection, but time will tell. The next bag that came down the runway, this is the Fortu Etriviere. And when it comes to describing this bag, essentially think of like a big travel bag. I think that it's unique that even the handles are kind of like old suitcase handles. IYKYK, right? It can also go on the shoulder with this shoulder slash maybe crossbody strap. I'd have to actually see the strap though to tell you guys truthfully one way or the other. And I love how it has these buckles on the ends where the strap attaches to. Overall, I think it's a really well done bag. Is it a little, dare I say, a little boring? Sure, but it's still a gorgeous, beautiful bag. It's gonna be great for travel. It looks like it's gonna be a nice, squishy, pebbled leather, so that could be a good bag. Now, is this bag, is it my most favorite from this collection? No, but is this a prime example of what I think is gonna be the hottest color for 2025? Rich shades of like chocolate brown, cocoa, coffee, whatever you wanna call it. I think that is gonna be the main color story for 2025, so shop and stock up on your big brown bags. Now, it's gonna be the next best thing, I can tell you that. On this runway, we also saw another reiteration of the hack, but this time they gave it to us in a more simplistic, minimalist, more refined option, if you will. And this is the hack Cargo. And when the first Cargo came out, obsessed. We were all obsessed, right? But the more I see it, I've never seen one IRL. Let's be so serious. Maybe in the boutique. I don't know. The more I see this bag online and in social media, the cargo, the original cargo, I don't know, like the whole cup holder on the side kind of drives me crazy and all the extra pockets. So this one I think does the cargo really well, but it elevates it. It's more refined. I think though, given that this is like another pebble grain leather, this is going to literally rip your arm off empty. So buyer beware. Again, are you guys using these for your dailies? Let me know in the comments. I'm super curious who is using the hack for things other than travel. This next bag that came down the runway is gonna probably be my most favorite from this entire collection, but I don't want to get there just yet. So let me introduce myself. Hey guys, my name is Caleb. I post luxury and lifestyle related content several times a week, both here on YouTube and over on my website, curatedbycaleb.com. So if that is something you're into, which you're here, I'm assuming it is. Let's be so serious. So go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below. Consider joining my membership. We have an amazing community. We've got a Discord, members meetups. My members also have a full-time discount over at curatedbycaleb.com in the online store, so it's definitely worth checking out. And this next bag, guys, it's becoming a borderline obsession for me, right? Like when it comes to my actual like bag collection, I love the bags behind me, don't get me wrong, but one of my favorite bags is my boat and tote. Like I just love a good, big, casual, carefree tote, especially in the summertime. Like June hits, I'm in that boat and tote all the way up until September. Like let's be so serious. But do I need to up my tote game? Always. We always need to level up, right? So I am loving the Garden Party Voyage, and this time they've done it in a beautiful geometric pattern. We saw a lot of geometric prints in the knitwear with the cashmere sweaters. We also saw it for the base layer with the top coats, which were kind of like basically cashmere horse blankets. Absolutely stunning. There's also a really good shearling coat in this kind of geometric pattern, but it was more like the icy blues and creams. Stunning. I really do need that coat. This is like the second time I've mentioned it, right? We're talking about the garden party. So when it comes to the garden party, like I've always wanted one. I love its shape, and you know, who doesn't want to be invited to a garden party? I would love the chance. So to have the tote to take with me would be fabulous. But I think the Garden Party 36, just from looking at it in boutique, I think it's gonna be too small and too petite on my frame. So that's why I would probably need to step up to the Garden Party Voyage, says the guy that can't understand how people would carry a hack. Give me a big tote, right? I hear it. You don't have to point it out. I hear it. Trust me. But with this one, I think it's absolutely stunning. It looks like it's done kind of like in a toile, like we've seen before. So it's going to be nice and lightweight. So the colorways are actually going to be different on both sides. So we've got kind of like a green story going here on the front. Backside is going to be something completely different. I'll try and get a photo for you guys. But overall, I think that was my favorite bag from this collection. Now, this is going to be a hard pivot. We loved the Garden Party Voyage. We're here for it. She's living. We're living. We're loving it. This next bag, I need help understanding. I really do. So don't come for me in the comments. I do not get this next bag. And the only thing that comes to mind when I see it, the Crocs tote, you know what I'm talking about. I feel like these little perforated holes are for like my little Crocs gibbets. Not that I have Crocs. Don't get it twisted. If I had Crocs and I had gibbets, I would want to push them through these perforated holes. Now it is kind of giving the perforations a la Evelyn that we see all the time. The H goes on the backside. Just saying. I'm kidding. You can wear it however you want. It's your Evelyn. I don't have one. More of a Vespa guy myself. With this bag, it looks like it's going to be made from a wool felt. Okay, fabulous, right? Nice and lightweight. I think it was shown both in like a dark chocolate and a kind of a grayish titanium color. Both were accented with black leather. I don't get the holes. I don't get the holes. I would love to give you the name for this bag. It has not been named yet that we know of, but also something that I find kind of reminiscent with the holes in their diagonal positioning on this bag. If you watch the show, all the seats were kind of done in the same diagonal pattern. So I don't know if that was like an intentional kind of like crossover there. As much as I look at it, I can't make myself like it. If you like it, let me know in the comments. I'd be curious to know why. She just doesn't do it for me. I'm sorry. Save space. Next up, we're to that look again that I was telling you about. That was a very Burberry-esque kind of suit moment. We've got the skinny pants, the Chelsea boot. Like, tell me this isn't Burberry, please. The double-breasted jacket. I mean, it's a fabulous suit. Don't get me wrong. I'm not being mean. It was just a very Burberry moment kind of punctuated in the middle of the show. He is carrying the Kelly Depeche 25 pouch. I believe this was done in like a nice kind of brown. Again, big key color here. Box calf leather, classic palladium hardware. Overall, stunning. A great addition for the collection, by the way. You know, not only is brown going to be big for 2025, but big clutches. They're going to be coming back in a big way for 2025. My clutch game's over. The ship has sailed for me, but maybe you'll get into clutches. Love that for you. We're always learning and experiencing new things, right? Now, this next bag kind of confused me. I'm not gonna lie. This one it's another hack. We've got a gold on gold moment, but this hack literally looks like they pulled it out of the archives. So I'm kind of curious if anyone knows the behind the scenes kind of shuffle and whatnot. Was this a brand new made for the runway bag, or was this, in fact, something from their archives. It's got some stains on the front, some scuffs. The hardware is not even particularly shiny. The handles look worn. It almost looks like Arden leather, kind of like, which always kind of reminds me of like a basketball. I like it. I like a good classic hack, but I want to know why they sent down, maybe it's not vintage, maybe it's just distressed, but it looked vintage running down the runway. Literally running down the runway. And again, who's carrying their hack daily? Please let me know. Just like we saw that vintage hack, the gold on gold, they sent it down in black and palladium. Don't get me wrong, the hack is an iconic bag, and I loved seeing that maybe quasi-vintage one. Sending both of them down the runway like that, it almost makes me wonder, am I missing the point here? Like, are these vintage bags? Are these like a new leather? Like, what is the story here? I'm missing the point of the story with these two. Overall, though, absolutely fabulous. You can never go wrong with a hack. We also saw a new bag come down the runway, this time in a gorgeous black box calf leather, which I have my box Birkin, I have my box Rio. I love box leather. Box and Swift and Lizard are probably my three favorite Hermes leathers. As much as I love box leather, I just don't know if this bag does anything for me. I think that in looking at it, the hardware kind of leaves something to be desired. Like, I get it, there's an H going on there in the front, I get the H motif, but I don't know, it just feels very plain and minimal, and then all of a sudden here's like a chunky piece of hardware. How does it work? How does it open? What is it? We don't know. So I'd be interested to see this one when it actually hits boutiques. And how is this bag worn? So the model here is carrying it, he's got it like a clutch. Fabulous, right? But it looks like it can also either go up on the shoulder, or the way that the D-ring is positioned on the one side, maybe it's a belt bag moment. So I'd be curious to see like truly how this bag can be worn, what it's all about. Also, to call out more of the runway clothing, there was this absolutely gorgeous vest cardigan combo, lots of good jewelry, loved all the scarves and how they kind of had them rolled around the neck, so that's something I'm going to try with mine. And then we ended the show with the most beautiful like mohair velvet moment, this midnight blue coat. Absolutely fabulous. It was a great way to end the show. Have we seen this all before? 100% absolutely yes, but can you fault Hermes? Can you fault the artistic director of the men's collections? I mean, if you get it right, like don't change the recipe. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've got the geometrics down pat, like time and time again. But I loved the use of color, the lack thereof, and then the pops of brighter colors to kind of contrast with all like the steely grays and the taupes and the blues. And overall, I think it was an absolutely stunning collection. I feel like the bags, you know, granted, I loved the new hack. I always love seeing the Kelly Depeche. There were bags that I liked. That Crocs moment, though, I don't understand it. I don't. I think it was a really well executed program, and I would love to know what you guys have to say down in the comments below. What was your favorite bag, and what was your favorite look from the runway collection? Personally, you already know I loved that all suede denim on denim-esque kind of moment. Absolutely fabulous. I mean, I really need that whole look, by the way. Thank you for joining me into this deep dive of the Hermes collection, and until next time, stay safe, have fun. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.